50 blades of grass, getting all the dirt. Thanks, John, for taking some time out of your busy schedule this week. I know this is closure 2 weeks, but I appreciate you taking the time. It would be quite interesting if you mentioned to the members what are some of the activities that you're planning on doing during this week and next week.
Well, aside from aerification, our big push is obviously the core aerification of fairways. We just finished greens today. By the way, on the greens, as a reminder, we're doing a small quad tine punch to handle the organic matter end of the greens. And then next week, Tuesday, we'll see how the weather goes, but we still have the dry jack planned for, it's actually Wednesday. Our schedule says Tuesday, but that was a last minute change. So it is on Wednesday, the 12th.
So just talk a little bit about the dry jet. I know that's a new technology and it's a company that actually comes out and does it. What's the method?
Right. So DryJack's been around for a long time, and they've just improved their machines. Again, it's in the state of California, it's a franchised operation. So we have to seek out a contractor that has it. And there really is only two in the state.
Okay.
So we have to, arrange well ahead of time a schedule. So basically what it is, it's a patented a process where there's high PSI water injected and the sand is vacuumed or pushed into these holes.
Okay.
So we're not displacing any soil or cores don't come up. It's just high injection into the profile.
So you're injecting water and sand into the profile to better improve the non.
Right. There has been a lot of discussion on what does it do to displace any type of soil, but the end result is just a cleaner process, a firmer green. We still get the benefits of the sand in the profile, but it's like I said, it's been around for quite some time. Just their process, patented process, has improved.
Okay. All right. So thank you for clarifying that. So you were talking about some of the other projects?
It's a lot of just small cleanup projects we're doing throughout the golf course. Irrigation wise, we're raising heads in the fairways.
Okay.
A lot of landscape projects. We're kind of busy at the clubhouse taking care of some lighting issues or in the landscapes.
Mm-hmm.
Doing on the golf course, we're right back at just going through and detailing out a lot of areas, a lot of handwork being done on hillsides, things like that. We've got broadleaf spraying going on at the same time. And really it's just, we're still grooming during these 2 weeks. The grass is growing quite a bit. So
yes, well, that's good news.
Right, right. So we're just waiting for our top dress sand to come in starting either later this week or early next week. And then we will proceed to seed and then top dress. We're seeding in-house, obviously, and then the top dress for fairways is contracted out. And that should be done Thursday, Friday of next week.
And that's where you have that big and gigantic truck come in and.
That's right.
Do it in what, 2 days or 1 day?
Yeah, about a day and a half. We have 600 tons of fairway top dress sand. In the meantime, we're doing everything else in-house as far as, the top dressing of the tees in rough areas, high traffic areas and such.
It's an interesting process for those members that want to take a peek. They can probably check it later on, this week?
For the top dressing?
Yeah, for the big truck.
Not until the end of next week.
The end of next week. So Thursday, Friday, put it on your calendars and you might see some interesting activities going on. Are you doing any maintenance at all to the pathways and so on, reconstructing some of the concrete to eliminate bumps?
No, not this go around. It's mostly prepping areas for spring growth.
Okay.
Just a lot of house cleaning, things like that.
Okay. There's always a big question about how's the performance going on hole number 6 on the green?
Well, 6 is a little bit more challenge only because the amount of sunlight, but they're coming along fine. Today, both those greens plus the new practice green. Actually, we seeded all the greens with bent grass, so that just reinforces the earlier seed we put down. Again, ground temperatures aren't great, but once they kick in, we'll start to see a lot more density in the turf.
Okay, very good. So that kind of wraps up the next couple of weeks is predominantly prepping and getting the overall course prepared with the sanding and the punching and getting it ready for the spring and summer season.
Right, correct.
Good.
Now don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when new podcasts come out. Thanks for listening.
So the second question that has popped up that you may want to address a little, people have noticed or appear to have commented on the sand in the bunkers. Has it changed? Is it anything different? Or is it the same sand that we've had? Maybe you care to comment on that.
Well, the sand that was traditionally used here was a product called G8. Unfortunately, the mines that produce those, they're not producing anymore. So we had to find a sand that was very close in size and structure, has the same percolation rate as far as the water going through them. But it's a material called G3. It's the closest thing to G8 that's out there. So it's pretty comparable, but it really shouldn't change that much.
Okay. One thing that comes up that I have thought about, and that is the sides of the bunkers when balls come into the bunker. Are they generally designed when it hits it to roll down to the bottom? Is that the preparation that's required to do that? Is that something that's a standard practice or?
Well, I mean that's just a style of raking bunkers.
Okay.
I mean that's what we do is simply smooth out the sides, compact them if we have to, and the floor of the bunker is raked. Occasionally, you will see the entire bunker being raked up because we do have to turn that sand. It is prone to weed growth and it does slide down, but it takes a while to really compact those sides down and maintain them through the season. So, but at the same time, you will find us raking the entire bunker all the way to the lip of the turf.
Okay, good. Final question or comment. I guess the course will be open over the weekend, and it appears like the greens really are going to be pretty much normal. You agree with that?
Yeah, you'll probably see from today's aerification maybe a small hole. It may be closed up by the weekend.
Okay.
And as I said, all our amendments and seed were put down, and then we just wait for the bulk of the sand to go down on the greens the following Wednesday.
Okay. And a lot of the punching that takes place in the fairway, I know that you have a practice that after the punching, they're swept up with a sweeping or vacuuming machine or sweeping.
Well, we process the cores. It breaks down the cores themselves. Then we just drag everything in. Then we'll be drill seeding or broadcasting seed, and then the final fairway top dress on Thursday and Friday.
Great.
And that will be dragged in as well.
Okay, great. Final comment is people continue to compliment you and your team for doing a great job keeping the course in great shape. So kudos to you and the team. Thanks.
Appreciate that.
All righty. You take care. Thanks for the time.
All right, Jim. Thank you.
All right. Take care, John.
Thanks.
Now don't forget to send me those questions. That makes this podcast go. So remember, send them to this email address right up here. Thanks again for your help.